Now we've got the latest on a health alert surrounding cases of the Cyclospora parasite. Today, St. Louis County Health updated us on the cases. The county tells us that they have seen a spike in cases just overnight. 11 new cases of Cyclospora were confirmed. And with that figure in, it brings the county's total to 117 cases. The health department just launched an investigation trying to pinpoint the source of the outbreak, which includes calls to residents.
Each interview gives us vital clues about shared grocery stores, suppliers, or restaurant meals. We know that 81 of these cases did not report any international travel, and 73 people reported eating lettuce. At the same time, our environmental health teams are engaging local farms, distributors, and restaurants to reinforce safe food handling practices and conducting our recall operations in which we visit each store to remove the lettuce that has been recalled.
Here are the latest statewide numbers. Missouri is reporting 593 cases of Cyclospora, but the state is not on the CDC's outbreak map because it's not clear if the cases are connected to the recalled Taylor Farms lettuce. In Illinois, there are 707 cases, including 47 hospitalizations.